What's up, fellas? That was a piss poor attempt at an AMS intro. Hello, everyone. Dating and development. If you know who I am, fair play to you, because we've done this at enough of this stage. Article analysis time. Now, this is a nice little fun, interesting article. I know it's been constant doom and gloom with women cheating and banging on doors and bars of chocolate and everything else in between. So you know what? We're going to give the men a bit of a break. The ladies a bit of a break. We're going to talk about men, not gay sex. If you want to quote It's Always Sunny. But, here we go. A little article from parship.ie. Could Irish men really be the best catch in Europe? Ooh, very nice. Call me old-fashioned. Irish men are the most traditional in Europe. Yes, Ireland is still steeped in traditionalism. We've got a lot more progressive, but traditional values are still held up very high. Commitment, marriage, and a sense of humour. Calvin Klein. Top Irish men's love expectations. Yes, that is quite a big thing from Irish men. However, with the You Go Girl movement, women are more empowered than anything to make the move. That's why on Bumble, where for every match you make, we'll donate $1 to a worthy woman's cause. Anyways, getting beaten off the bush here. A girl's bush, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, with the You Go Girl movement, women are more empowered to do whatever they want. They can frick whoever they want. They can cry about whoever they want. They can accuse anyone they want. Someone who they don't like. And men are looking for commitment in marriage, but women just are becoming a lot more casual. Now, there are going to be a lot of women in Ireland who do want relationships and that they do hold that sense of traditionalism, which is quite good to see. But as we're getting more progressive, promiscuity is also on the rise. So Irish men might find it harder to come across the ladies who want a relationship. But more importantly than that, they could find it hard to come across a woman who is of high quality. As said, we have to vet the lady for 60 days. Women come in all kinds of crazy, especially the pussy. When things get serious in love, Irish men are twice more likely to think about uttering the words, "Will you marry me?" than their European cousins, according to a new international report out today. When was this written? I do not know, but it wasn't today. It was definitely a good while ago. But that's mad. Irishmen, will you marry me? Could that be the infliction of Hollywood movies and mainstream media on Irishmen, causing them to do this? Or is it because they're brought up in the imperative, the female imperative, should I say, where a man must do this for a woman and not think about themselves? This is part of the parcel of their comparatively traditional attitude to relationships. They want commitment and marriage over lust and passion. They value intelligence over looks, and they really know how to show a girl a good time, spending €106 a time entertaining their love interest. Jesus Christ, man, seriously. I had free time at work today, so I was writing a chapter on my book, and I was writing, do not invest too much in your lady. And if you're going into a date spending hundreds of euros, especially €106 at a time, very specific in entertaining their love interest, she's going to see you as a beta male provider because you're trying to get her approval. You're trying to show to her, hey, I have this much money, I want you. She'd be very skeptical of what you want from her. You're trying to buy her love, you're trying to get into her pants. You shouldn't be spending that much money on a date, because a man of high value who is wise knows that he himself, his presence, is more than enough. He does not need to show himself off with his money. Easy as. A wise man does not need to seek a woman's approval. And he also holds back his emotions, but I'll get more into that a different time. In a new report, the European Singles Survey, commissioned by parship.ie, a part of Europe's largest premium online matchmaking service, 6 out of 10, 57% of Ireland's single men hoped that the next relationship would result in some form of commitment. And see, that's men going towards the end goal. Men were very mission focused. We want to achieve what we set our eyes to. We want to get the results. And the problem with that is, if we're going into a relationship outcome dependent, if things falter, if things totally disintegrate like a chocolate fire guard in front of a fire, we're ultimately going to be disappointed with ourselves, because we're living too far in the future where we should be staying in the present, letting things flow and not be outcome dependent. And I think we need to learn that as men. However, unlike their counterparts in mainland Europe, 1/3 of Irishmen, 30%, are looking for marriage from their next relationship. Fair enough, but I don't go into my relationships looking for marriage, or I don't go into dating looking for a relationship. Let things go as they come. If I find a girl who's worthy of my time, which is my mindset at all times, then sure, great, yeah, maybe I will get into a relationship. If she fits who I am, if she fits into my frame, then I will. But if she doesn't like the world I have for myself, well then fair fucks to her, off she goes somewhere else. But I'm not one to get married though. I don't think I'll ever actually no, I don't want to get married. It's a false sense of security. If you want to argue with me on that one, look up the statistics in Ireland, even in the world. Carrying on, with just 26% preferring cohabitation and 19% a casual fling. Now, I'm not necessarily sure of what the cohabitation rules are like in Ireland, but I know in different countries like Australia is that if you live with your partner for a year, you're considered, or 2 years, they're considered your equal in terms of marriage, like husband and wife. They're eligible for half of your shit. It's the same in Canada, as in Toronto or Ontario, where you live with your partner for a year, they're entitled to half of your crap, even if you're not married. It could be the case where she refers to as husband and wife, and she could say in the court of law, well, we're not married, but we call each other husband and wife. You're lost. I wouldn't be one like cohabitation, iffy subject. I don't know what it's like in Ireland. At least I'd mention 19% a casual fling. That's perfectly fine. Ride and glide, ejaculate and evacuate, smash and dash. I'd be up for that too sometimes. By contrast, only 16% of European single men, 24% of British men prefer the idea of marriage, while 37% opting for a less formal long-term commitment. So you see, in Europe, it seems that men want to have their freedom a lot more than Irishmen, in the sense that also it's a lot more progressive in European countries, and having frisky time or being very provocative is a lot more no one's shunned for it, really, so to speak. Everyone's a lot more free the nipple, free the love, share the love, past the ganja. We're all good there. But because Ireland being steeped in traditionalism, men want the marriage. They want that. They want the picket fence. They want the typical nuclear family. But that's being disintegrated. It is. A lot more Irish people, lads I've come across, a lot more of them are single. And women are no different either. Bianca Mercer, country manager at UK and Ireland, commented, unlike male singles in other European countries, Irish men still value the tradition of marriage over simple cohabitation, but this doesn't stem from traditional religious beliefs. Only 7% of men polled said their future partners should be of the same religion. Yeah, we're becoming a lot more tolerable. It's not like way back when, 60, 70 years ago, where it's like your family had to be of a certain religion, had to be this kind of person, this, that, and the other. You can marry them then. If they're not, if they're Protestant, if there's some other religion, you don't want to be associated with them. It's proven that men who are in a long-term committed relationship are generally happier and healthier than single men. However, there's a study done. I might do this in a different video. I was having a brief look at it, but men are actually happier single than in a relationship, and they prefer the company of their friends. And there's a bit more, there's more to meets the eye in it, but that's the general gist of it. They live longer and experience less stress. Are you for fucking real? Less stressed in a relationship? Are you insane? Genie Mac, I know multiple guys, even like myself, like being Like, you know, every relationship, you suffer from the stress. Why? Because you have to, like, your men are seen as the entertainer. You know, one guy I was having a conversation with, he was like, oh, my girlfriend said if she couldn't sleep, she'd wake me up. I was like, why would she wake you up for? Oh, just so I can entertain her until she falls back asleep again. But why? Like, that's the burden of performance put on men, that we have to entertain our girlfriends if something's wrong. I could be, you know, say I'm sitting happily in my house playing PlayStation, and when, you know, say a new game came out, let's say Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, or Fortnite, even if I'm playing with one of my friends, and I get a call off girl, like, oh, you come over? I'm like, why? Well, I'm bored. It's like, but I'm not bored. I'm doing my own thing. Are you expecting me to drop everything like that just to come over and entertain you and not possibly get anything from you in return? So am I really giving you my non-sexual attention so that you can be not bored and I won't get any of your sexy time back in return? That's not a fair trade-off to me. I would kind of expect something in return if I'm putting my attention up there. Especially to a girl who is bored. Oh, but you never do anything for me. I'm so bored. Oh, you don't love it. It's like, cop the frick on, bitch. Of course I care about what's it called, the frick on, bitch. But you know what I mean. It'd be a lot more polite than that. I wouldn't call a woman a bitch anyways, because bitches are beautiful. However, the point is still there. Men are expected to entertain their lady or some sort of lady when they're bored. Because boredom, women hate boredom. They hate being bored. They just do. They always want to be entertained. But men, you're not their dancing monkey. And if you drop everything like that just to go over to a woman and entertain her, then like you're a simp. Are you going over there to entertain her and hopefully get something in return? No. Why would you do that? Don't be that dancing monkey or that beta male who's just there her every whim, because she's not going to respect you. You have to respect your time. If you're doing something that's important, keep doing it. Digression over. Topping the Irish men's requirements of their next partner were humour and laughter, honesty, openness, fidelity, equality, and intelligence, with 70% of Irish men saying that these were important attributes. And although 66% of men said frisky time, friskiness appeal, spicy appeal was important, only 40% lent importance to looks. Well, men, honestly, third line there. Men want women to be good looking. We do. We want her to be good looking. But even though good looking isn't subjective, men do like looks. If I ever see a nice woman, I go, she's pretty good, or she's mildly adequate. Yeah, you know, I shake her hand, I give her a little kiss in the cheek, you know, but if she allows me to. You know, he's gotta be so careful these days. Yet, I put up a study today that I was reading earlier on, and it said that Irish women in marriage are the fastest to cheat in countries in Europe. I'll be doing that one tomorrow. I want to do something nice today, but it's kind of like, you know, proving that there's a contradiction between that. Because men want the fidelity, but Irish women can't really seem to offer it in marriage. Now, I know the exception, like, not all women do. The exceptions are the rules, never the exception. Carrying on. However, when it came down to what they don't want, 7 out of 10 Irish men said no sense of humour or loose morals was a complete turn-off. Well, like, you've got to uphold. Women are not going to be accountable. Have you ever come across one who's taken accountability fully? Really? I've never come across one who's taken accountability properly. They like to shift the blame onto other people and not themselves. You know, oh, why'd you do that? Oh, the drink made me do this. Yeah, so the drink held you in a headlock and slapped its ass in front of you saying, do it, bitch. No, I don't think so. 6 out of 10 said they wouldn't date a woman who was dominating, ruthlessness, tight-fisted, and know-it-all, or had bad breath. Yeah, bad breath seems to be a big thing. Breath seems to be a big thing. But Irish men have commented that Irish women tend to be pretty much high maintenance, and do I blame them? Not entirely. they can be high maintenance. Just over 55% said dating a married woman was out of the question, but 45% said, nah, dating a married woman, yes, I'd ram that pole into the hole. The pole in the hole. Only 3 out of 10 were turned off by a few extra pounds. Oh, so we got some people who like the big ladies, the BBWs. Anyways, however, when they do not meet someone they like, Irish men know how to entertain a woman. It's a woman typo. They spend an average of €160 at a time unwinding and dining their love interest, double the European average, and in stark comparison to the meager €60 splashed out by British men. Like, lads, now that's shunning men. They're like, well, you gotta spend your money if you don't love her. You're not spend if you loved her, you spend your money on her. You spend a lot of, shut the hell up, get out of here. Like, honestly, if I'm going out on dates, I'm going to keep it cheap and cheerful and, plan it well, but not be over excessive in details. Like, whenever I would go on a date, it's drinks in the evening, because I want to unwind from a working week, and she wants to probably unwind for her OnlyFans time posting schedule, and I give her that. I'll give her the unwinding time, but I'm not going out to have a fucking Michelin star meal consisting of a plate of ice cubes and a fucking feather. No thanks, bro. But you see, that's what I was gonna get earlier on. Men investing too much in their love interest. If you're paying too much money on a date, especially the first few dates, especially the first date, guess what, bozo? She's going to be expecting that from now on. You pay €160 on a date, she's going to expect the next date to pay €160. And when you are dating, you realize that the dollar bills stack up pretty quick if you're not careful. Even more so if you do not understand when a woman is attracted to you or not, and you're wasting your time, your money, and your energy, it goes pretty quick. You've got to be able to vet women, and you need to develop your radar to understand when they're attracted to you or not. You have to do it. You can't let them lead you on. Some of them will be kind enough saying, yeah, I don't feel a spark, or whatever the case may be, which is really their talk for saying, oh yeah, I don't find you attractive. If they're just being nice about it. Or you don't turn me on downstairs. That's literally what it is. But don't waste your time with women who do foodie calls, which is going out for free meals. And here's a fact file before I rack it up. The Irish single male. Overall, single Irish men have experienced 3.38 serious relationships and dated 5 different women over the last 12 months, resulting in 2 casual relationships. All good, all fair. Half of Irish men haven't had a serious relationship in more than 3 years, but 60% think that they'll meet someone special over the next 2 years. Now, thinking of the future should be focused on the present and self-improving. And also, in mentioning that, not having a serious relationship more than 3 years, Irish women are very choosy. Now, it could be the men's fault as well, but them not knowing what to do. But Irish women can be particularly choosy on who they want to be with. Oh, mother of sweet Jesus of divine Lord above. They can be extremely picky. You've got to be this, you've got to be that. It's their standards. You've got to suit them. Because Irish women can be fairly hypergamous. Oh, they can, baby. The preferred venue for pulling, so pulling is an Irish colloquialism for, kissing someone or getting with someone on a night out. Not necessarily getting laid, not laying them down and, laying pipe. It's more like, giving them an old smooch. For 54% of Irish men is the pub, although 57% intend to go online to find love in the next 12 months. We see going online, the hypergamy for ladies skyrockets even more because she has her pick of the litter. She can choose who she wants. If she finds someone who fits the bill, hey ho presto, slam dunk that pussy, off we go. The majority of single men, 6 out of 10, are happy and content being single. And fair play to them. Keep it up. 1/3 of Irish men believe that in an ideal world, one parent should stay at home to raise a family. So that's going back to the traditional conservative tradcons. You know, the wife stays at home, the parent, the male figure, goes off, earns the bread, and while he's off doing that, the wife's keeping the house clean and everything else, cooking dinner, looking after the children, hopefully not banging Rodrigo next door. And Paris Hilton is a celebrity they least want to date. Well, that goes for me both, because I wouldn't really want to touch her. And then raising children and whatnot, that's all it is. So Paraship is a singles website, matchmaking website. We're hitting 20 minutes. So what's the ideal from this here? Irish men are traditional, and a lot of them are single. But compared to other European countries, we want commitment as opposed to others. Now, is this a bad thing in today's modern generation? A small bit, because it's harder to find meaningful and high value women with the likes of OnlyFans and that around, because they'll get to a stage when it comes to dating, you have to ask a girl, oh, do you have OnlyFans, or do you sell spicy photos on Patreon? And you have to filter them out. And that's why Irish men, or any man for that fact, should vet their ladies when dating. Do not jump in straight away, men. Do not invest too much here as well. Should you invest too much on dates? No, you should not, and I explain that why. I explained that in another video. So anyways, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. Until next time. Talk soon.